Hello everyone and welcome. Today we are asking how the planets are aligning in your favour. In our readings today we are going to be exploring what's happening with the planetary alignments and how this may be affecting you, guiding you, supporting you, and how you can really lean into that energy to align with it to your very greatest favour. Now, my beautiful souls, welcome everyone. Welcome back if you're returning to the channel. If you are already a Moon Magic Super Soul, welcome back. If you're brand new to the channel, welcome. And do consider subscribing. If you want to make sure you never ever miss a reading as soon as I upload them, don't forget to press the little bell icon as well. So we have 3 beautiful cards to help to guide you in. Now, these readings are timeless. So whenever you come to them, it means that your own energy is aligning with the resonance of the messages. Your energy is reaching out and these messages are coming through to you. Very often if a reading or a set of readings comes through in your stream, it's because you're connecting with something of that energy. You're drawing it into you. Now, sometimes people will find they're drawn to one pile, sometimes to more than one. In a moment, I'm also going to ask the universe to choose a pile as well, or piles. Sometimes more than one comes through. So I'll put a timestamp for that in the description below for anyone that wants to use that. Let me show you, though, these cards for each of the piles and the little tokens as well. We are going to dive in and hopefully in real depth find out how the planets are currently aligning in your favour and just get as much information for you as we can. So, pile 1, you have smoke and mirrors. So this is the card for pile 1, and the token for pile 1 is this little pumpkin. It's a Halloween pumpkin. So that's for pile 1. I should also say all the cards and the tokens, everything that I use in the readings, I always list them in the description below. And if I've got a link to them, I'll put a link in there as well. So if there's anything you're really interested in using, you should be able to find them really easily. Okay, we also have Earth Magic. This is for pile 2. And Earth Magic is sitting with the seahorse. This is the token. And for pile 3, we have Wish Upon a Star. This is for pile 3. And pile 3 has this little bath with a shower. And the shower is actually running. It's got water coming out of it. So that's for pile 3. Now, I'm going to leave the camera running just for a little bit longer for anyone that just wants to sit and kind of tune into the different energies of either the tokens or the cards. So if you need even more time, just press the pause button. And after this, I will do the Ask the Universe part of the video, and then we'll move into the readings. So beautiful souls, thank you so much for being here. I will see you in a moment. Okay, Moon Magic Super Souls, let us ask the universe to find the right reading for you. This facility, this is on the homepage of my website. You can use it at any time to find a pile or find a reading. Today, we're just going to ask the universe to reveal your pile. Pile 2 is recommended by the universe for today's reading. Beautiful souls, I'll see you in the reading in just a moment. Pile 1, welcome to your reading. You have the card of smoke and mirrors and this Halloween image of the pumpkin. Very, very interesting combination of energies there. So let's find out how the planets are aligning in your favour. I've got 2 from this deck. These are your oracle cards. These are your tarot cards. We'll use these in a moment. But let's see. I'm actually seeing it's these 2 coming through again. 2 by 2 by 2. Let's see what else shows up for you. May we kindly ask, how are the planets helping my pile 1? How are they aligning in pile 1's favour? I'm actually seeing 3 cards here. This one, and this one. Okay, so you've got a lot of oracle cards coming through. You have Wood Snake, enjoy the waiting game. Okay, that is interesting. You've got Wood Dog, trust your intuition. I think there's something you need to observe, actually. Be the observer of something. You have Calendula, purity. Dandelion, wounded healer. Now, I'm just going to actually make a little adjustment with the camera so that, I don't know, maybe we can get a tarot card up here. I think I'm just going to adjust the camera to see if I can get another card in up here. Bear with me, beautiful souls. Okay, hopefully that is a little better now. Already this is incredibly interesting, my beautiful pile 1s. How are the planets aligning to assist you? How are they aligning in your favour? So, Wood Snake, Wood Dog, trust your intuition. Calendula, purity. Dandelion, wounded healer. You have Uranus, change. Now this is very, very interesting because Pisces, sensitize, and retrograde review. This is suggesting that maybe either there is something that you haven't yet seen. I think it has to unfold with smoke and mirrors. You may be in a situation where you're feeling inclined to act, and yet this is suggesting, I think, that it's better to pause and let something unfold a bit, to review, to evaluate. I think you are incredibly sensitive, and I'm sure that this sensitivity is to do with the accelerated changes that are taking place in our planetary alignments right now. And, you know, unless you're watching this in 10 years' time, even then there will be planetary alignments that could be particularly relevant to your personal sensitivity. But at the time of doing this reading, and for, you know, several years yet to come, there's huge stuff going on astrologically. Now, I feel there's an issue of possibly of loyalty. It's really interesting. Wood Dog has this energy of, you know, look at him in the, you know, maybe you can't see the woods for the trees at the moment. And so therefore you're having to navigate through really trusting your intuition. It may be that there is a gut feeling that you have about something, but, and a part of you would love to just press forwards perhaps, to have an open conversation about it in a very pure and open way. But I am not sure that that is what is being suggested here. I feel that the guidance here is more about review. And I see this person looking over his shoulder. I actually feel that a message coming through for some of you is that your gut feeling is correct and your intuition is correct. Perhaps somebody is, you know, not pulling the wool over your eyes, but not being completely upfront with you. I'm so sorry if this is the case. Now, the planetary alignments are bringing about change. Uranus is an awakener. It could even be that some of you are being awoken almost from a state of slumber, innocence within yourself, purity, naivety, where you're now seeing something really truthfully. I think that that may well also be something that's coming through quite strongly for some of you, that you have a genuinely pure and beautiful nature, and that is just wonderful, my pile 1s. I think you're also genuine. I think you're loyal. I think you take people on face value. And I think, although you take people on face value and it's beautiful, I think there is this sort of intuitively you are realizing that maybe there's a bit more to some of the people around you than you realized, or even an individual or a situation, that there's a bit more to it. It's not exactly as it is presented to you. Now, I think you have this intuition, this gut feeling, and I think that's actually correct. Maybe you're slightly looking over your shoulder. You find yourself in situations where outwardly everything feels, it's the opposite actually. Everything seems to be really okay. And yet when you come away, that you have this sort of niggle that something doesn't feel quite okay. This is actually letting you know that this is correct. I think the planets are aligning actually to open your sensitivity, to open your intuition, and to enable you to be able to act with greater genuineness and awareness. However, this isn't always easy, my beautiful souls. You know, as a therapist, I can genuinely say to you, one of the challenges that I've walked with many people where they really become aware of things, and it can be both sad or disappointing. Ultimately, we can also pull the wool over our own eyes. But I think your sensitivity is increasing. So the planetary alignments are opening your channels of information and guidance, your intuition, your higher guidance, and it's simultaneously causing you to review certain situations that are going on around you. Dandelion is a survivor. You know, dandelion it has a really strong root, and it will put its roots down. Even like in a crack of concrete, a dandelion will grow. And even if you try to pull it up, the root will probably stay there and it will grow back. There's something very resilient here. And in a way, your message is asking you, rather than, being sensitive in a prickly way, to be sensitive in an observing way, to appreciate your sensitivity and recognize that rather than that if you're seeing things in a different light, that's not happening to cause you distress. It's happening to create awareness and therefore empowerment. I hope that is making some sense. Let's get your tarot cards as well. You have the Ten of Cups. This is really beautiful because this is long-term, healthy, happy relationships. I'm seeing this and this and this and this and this. Okay, let's look at these. You have the Death card. You have the King of Cups. You have the Two of Pentacles. You have the Queen. How amazing. You have a king and a queen, both of cups, highly intuitive, highly in touch with their emotions, their awareness. You have the Five of Swords. Look at the way this butterfly is being plucked out. And then you have the Four of Wands, which is actually a card of celebration. Let's place these up here. Okay. Now, this is joyous. This is lovely. These two cards are gorgeous. I mean, there's unity here. There's unity, there's equality, there's deep emotional connection. You have the Death and Rebirth card. And look at the snake here, and we have the wood snake. Enjoy the waiting game. Okay. Change is coming, Uranus, the Great Awakener. I think that an existing relationship is going to be, or your relationship to another person or a situation or a circumstance, I think your relationship to that is going to change. It's in a process of change. I think you will love the outcome. I really, really do. You've got the Ten of Cups. This is long-term happiness. It's long-term emotional bliss. I think that it's almost like there's a little phase of discomfort to go through where you're not quite sure how to move forwards. You're not quite sure whether, you're not seeing yet the full potential outcome. I almost feel like for some of you, it's as though something could go either way. Right now, you yourself are transforming into a much more sensitive, intuitive being. And I think from this, probably all your relationships are going to escalate to a place of high vibrational awareness. Now, wood snake is interesting because it kind of almost does ask you to sort of, like almost to know your enemy, to take your time, to observe, to be aware before you make your move. With wood dog, it's like trust your intuition. There's something that isn't feeling quite right. You're evaluating. For some of you, there may be a situation or a relationship that is ending. That is a possibility with the Death card, that you could be ending a situation, in which case you will move forwards and find, if you're in a relationship that really, really isn't working terribly well, it may well, I think either that relationship itself is going to transform and be rebirthed into this place of profound celebration. Or I think it will end and another will arrive in its place of beautiful balance, of harmony. Let's get a bit more information about the Five of Swords. What's sort of being plucked out here? Because there's all this possibility. Are you even potentially looking through smoke and mirrors? Are you seeing somebody in a light that is not entirely, a true perspective of something? Are you lacking in a purity of vision? Or is your lens being disguised? Or are you looking through a lens in some way, looking at somebody negatively when they may actually be very loyal to you? I feel we need to get a little bit more information for you here, my pile one. Let's follow through. What is our Five of Swords telling us, please? May we kind of ask for a bit more guidance? You have the Seven of Wands. Okay. The Seven of Wands is a card of almost like of envy, where it's like it asks you to kind of hold your own position, not actually be swayed by other people's perspectives. This is interesting. And then you have the Three of Swords. Now, this is a card of kind of heartbreak sometimes, but it's the point at which the heartbreak opens up and you can heal. And we have your Death card here, Smoke and Mirrors. I feel as though this is fascinating. Right at the centre of this is your intuition and your gut feeling. It's for some of you, there could be someone holding you back or trying to give you a perception of something, or even give you a perception of someone. Maybe, like what if you met somebody, and this could be a great connection. It could be intimate, it could be otherwise. What if you met someone, it could be a great connection of real equality, real celebration, long-term benefit to everybody, long-term happiness. But somebody else is jealous of you or envious of you, and so they kind of try to say to you, oh, that person's this or that person's that, or they're pulling the smoke and the mirrors. They try to give you a perception of something that makes it seem as though someone is a bit scary or not okay, but actually it's their agenda. It's like that there's something of an energy going on that is almost as if it's trying to interfere in your progression to potentially have something that I think could be really sustainable, really long-term, really possible. It's like someone's putting a spanner in the works. And in a way, I think the planets are aligning to help you to see this. The planets are aligning to increase your sensitivity, to increase your intuition, and to enable you to see with great clarity, not be stuck with the woods from the trees, but to see who's telling the truth in a particular situation, what is real and what isn't, kind of thing. And let's face it, we are living in a world that is loaded with information. We're being bombarded by information right, left and centre, and an awful lot of it isn't real. So this could apply to a circumstance as well, where you might be interested in something, but you're questioning whether it's real or not, or somebody has said that you're thinking of doing something and someone says, oh, I wouldn't do that. Check it out for yourself. Listen to your gut feeling. Review and evaluate. Go find out a bit more. There's a really fascinating sort of energy. It's really interesting, almost like energetically. As I'm sitting with your cards, I sort of almost feel like I'm seeing somebody over there on the left. It's really funny, like a presence, an energy on the edge of something. And they would quite like to, I don't know, they'd like you to see something from their lens, or they'd like to limit something that could be quite amazing for you. So really observe and check out. This is why the planets are aligning in your favor. They are heightening your intuition and your sensitivity. I feel like somebody could be telling you something that isn't real, and it's colouring your perception of something that I think could be genuinely have really long-term potential. Okay, what do we have here? Look at that. You have the sun. I think there is something very magical that can come here. This would be like, what if you met somebody? What if you were single and you met someone? Or you've just met somebody and you'd love to be a really good friend, but there's somebody else who's really envious. They don't want you to be with that person. Maybe they like them, or there's something here about someone who you need to become aware of. I think you probably have an inclination about them. And the answer is to be an observer and then listen to the purity of your real experience, remembering that I believe you are a person of very pure heart. And it does mean that you take people on face value, and sometimes that does mean people can pull the wool over your eyes. So in any situation where something is happening, this is a time to really observe and trust your own experience. You have Maiden of Wands. This is the Page of Wands. So we have this fox. It may be that you need to be a little bit quick thinking here. And you have the Temperance. I think there are things to weigh up. Now, whatever your personal circumstances, I obviously don't know what those are. Whether this is your relationship to a certain situation or a circumstance, or to a group of people or a person that is specific, there is something here within the energy. And this is how the planets are aligning to help you. They are absolutely aligning to assist you in seeing with clarity a balanced perspective, so that you can make very empowered choices, so that you can be energized to move in the direction that is really beneficial for you. And it's like discernment, really developing your discernment, but discernment not through logic and not through what's presented with face value, through pure intuition and just leaning into and trusting how something feels, because your sensitivity is being increased at a rate of knots. Like your personal growth is being accelerated. The changes in your world are coming in really fast and very suddenly. You may even, for some of you, find that you are in a situation where all of a sudden someone or a certain circumstance that you thought was amazing, you suddenly think, well, is it so amazing? That's okay. This isn't being sent to cause you distress or cause you harm. It's arriving to put you in a position of an empowered choice. Trust your intuition. It is being heightened and sensitized by the planetary alignments so you can navigate with absolute full awareness. Wow. Pile 1, this is, gosh, there's high levels of consciousness involved in your personal evolution at this moment, and in such a good way. Wow, wow, and more wow. Pile 1, this is your reading. Beautiful souls. Do keep me posted in the comments if you feel able to share something of your journey. This is an amazing community. If you're brand new, do check out the comments and you'll see what kind of amazing people you are connecting in with here in our beautiful community. And if you are already a Moon Magic Super Soul, thank you for being here. I'm really honoured to be connected with all of you. Tons and tons of love. Pile 2, welcome to your reading. You have the seahorse, the beautiful seahorse. Interesting, because that's an energy of the water. You also have earth magic, where we see somebody being really connected to earth energy. So there's like a combination here of both earth and water. Let's draw your cards. How are the planets aligning in your favor? How are they lining up to support you? I am seeing this one as well for you. We'll draw your oracle cards first, my beautiful souls. How are the planets aligning to help you, to support you? What is happening from the pile 2s? Oh, you have Reishi showing immediately. Reishi retreat. Okay, I'm just going to place that there. Wow, look at that beautiful fungi. Okay, and this is connected with the energy of Jupiter and the Sun. So there's a huge amount of source energy available for you. I feel that's that for that pack, actually. Just one card coming through. You have Capricorn, Achieve. You have Palo Santo, Guardian. Oh, this is gorgeous. Gosh, you are being genuinely very protected to create something. Literally to birth something into the world with earth magic, to ground something, to anchor something, to grow something. And I don't know whether you're going to be given a very protective space in which to do this with Reishi Retreat. Let's see what else we have. You have Fire Rabbit, Welcome the Muse. This is rather lovely. And you have Wood Snake, Enjoy the Waiting Game. How interesting. This did come out in pile 1. It was a very different reading, very different energy. But if you were drawn to pile 1, then I strongly recommend you check it out. Now, this is about you creating something, earthing something, bringing something forth, being seen. I think a guardian, or I could say a guardian or a mentor, a muse, I think someone is coming into your world, actually, to support you, to protect you, so that you can rise and achieve something that you need to achieve. And I think it's quite ambitious. Whatever that would mean for you. What would ambition be for you? When I think about, different people that I know, and, all of whom I cherish, I know that, for one person I know, this person has major ambitions to really, be very big in the world. I know somebody else who is, struggling actually with going out and with social anxiety. And a major, major ambition would be actually to kind of step out through their door and be able to attend something. So whatever ambition is for you, I think someone is coming to help you, to guide you, to support you, to protect you as you move towards the expansion of whatever that ambition would be. Enjoy the waiting game. I feel they're going to walk alongside you. It could even be a new spirit guide coming in for some of you. Let's draw your tarot cards, get more information. It could be a new spirit guide, but it is something or someone, yes, let's call it a being, somebody, some being is coming in. Could even be an animal guide, or if any of you are welcoming a new creature into your life, maybe that creature will be your guide. But there's protection and guardianship around you to help you to fulfill some kind of an ambition, some kind of a move forwards. It's either something you've been waiting for to reach a point where you get the help you needed, or this will be someone who will walk very patiently alongside you while you navigate this process of stepping into, the emergence, the growth, the vision, the magic of arrival. I wonder what would your ambition be, my beautiful Pile 2s? This will be something that is special to you, and someone arriving to assist you on this pathway, or indeed a guide. May we kindly ask for more information? I mean, this is what the energy of the planets are aligning. It's almost like they're aligning to create this pathway of possibility. Aren't they just? You have the High Priestess, followed by the Magician. Okay. Yeah, for this to manifest, I mean, the Magician is, in some traditional decks, represented by Mercury, and also represented, so we've got communication, the winged messenger of the gods. Can sometimes connect to Archangel Gabriel, communication. Yeah, this is about manifesting something, bringing something forth. And I think there is divine timing with the High Priestess. So the planets are literally aligning. At whatever time you find this reading, the planets are aligning in a way that is absolutely perfect for you to emerge. You have the Four of Swords, which is interesting, followed by the Wheel of Fortune. I don't think you have to be active, hence the retreat. This doesn't feel like an emergence where you have to go out and be ultra physically productive, even though there are things to do and things to achieve. The greatest way in which to achieve this is actually to enter pockets of stillness, so that the energy, because the energy is primed for you, the planetary alignments are primed for you, and they are primed in your favor to create a pathway to fulfillment of this particular ambition, to achieve this. And the most proactive part, although there will be things you need to do in a practical way, the most proactive energy that you can engage with, literally, it is stillness, it's in meditation. You have the Queen of Wands, and you have the Ace of Cups, and you have the Moon. I think we can get another card in there on this row here. Let's move that along and draw another one. Yes, look at this. Intuitively, you'll be shown the way. I literally feel as though with the Queen of Wands, she's the Queen of Transformation. This is a reading, really, that is, I think, suggesting that this is going to be initiated. The pathway is being opened for you. I think things will move. Things will flow, really, with the Ace of Cups and the Moon. Again, watery energy, intuitive energy. If any of you actively work with the Moon, if you actively work with Moon cycles, Moon phases, if you're here, if you're new to my channel, you will not know that I also do Moon energy updates every month, where we look at the energy flow of the Moon so that we are working in alignment with those natural rhythms and cycles, the ebb and flow of the energy, so you know when to move forwards, when to ease off, when to meditate. I just feel the timing is really profoundly right for you. It may even be that it's a significant, one of the 4 power points of the moon that initiates a move forwards, or that initiates the arrival of this guide or this person. Let's draw another card for you. My beautiful pile 2. 2 cards coming through. You have the 9 of Pentacles. Wow. Look at the sacred geometry behind this flower. The 9 of Pentacles is a beautiful energy because there's a great deal of self-satisfaction. I think something is literally going to grow naturally. And I think that's partly what we're being shown here with divine timing. We've got the 9 of Swords. That's interesting. Transformation is coming. Some of you may have been feeling as though you've been waiting for this for a long time with the 9 of Swords. You may even have been worrying that it isn't going to work, or it will never happen. I mean, it's a real dark night of the soul, and yet with the bat of transformation, perhaps this is, I think this is actually with the 4 of Swords as well. Maybe a message that is letting us know that I think you have waited for this for a long time. Whatever this ambition is for you, I think you have waited. I think you have been patient. Some of you have along the way met people who maybe have sabotaged, or, but all of those experiences arrive to help you to be stronger. The divine timing now is primed to help things to emerge and literally to flower. Even the root here of this beautiful plant here, it's like the roots are kind of in darkness, and yet suddenly the flower can emerge. May we kindly ask? Yes, we can. Okay, the 10 of Swords. I think the waiting game is coming to an end. Literally. Something is ending here that has previously either held you back. It is as if the planets are now primed for your expansion. And that's how they are aligning, I think, really in support of you. I think you've waited a long time. And now it's like something will arrive, I think largely someone, as I said, maybe even a guide. But someone is arriving to help you to move into a place of kind of, I guess, fertility, or back into a place of balance. We've got the 5 of Swords and the 2 of Pentacles. We kindly ask for additional guidance with this one too. And then we have the 3 of Wands. I think this is super beautiful, pile 2. I suspect that this ambition, this desire, I suspect it is something that you have genuinely wanted for quite a long time, but it has it'll be one of those things that's evaded you. And now you're being guided, supported, protected as it manifests. I think this is really very, very beautiful. And if you have been through a period of time where it really did feel a bit like the world was against you, or the universe just wasn't working in your favour, because we can go through times like that, can't we, where we feel like we're wading through treacle, or every time we try to do something, another thing pops up and gets in the way. I feel that period of time is over. It's like the planets have shifted, they've moved forwards. Situations that were just really, really difficult, or as I said, kept getting in the way, are being removed. It's like the energy is aligning in divine timing for you to now proceed and actually to be able to move forwards. This is a turning point where the energy has shifted from something that felt a bit prickly or a bit challenging, where you were constantly having to meet challenges. Now everything starts to flow. And yes, there will be some work to do, but predominantly, I feel something is more likely to emerge and unfold naturally than for you to have to push for something. And yeah, I think your greatest strength in this moment is to meditate. And you might want to meditate in alignment with the moon and align your energy with the moon. Align your energy with the moon phases, particularly the key power points, and move forwards in a way that is completely in harmony with the universe and with the planetary alignments. I think that they are arriving, or they are aligning to support you. And I think you will get whatever help you need, whether it's a guide or someone who comes in who kind of inspires you. Inspiration is coming to help you. This is now a time for you to transform and to expand into the next step, the next stage of your own evolutionary growth. And it enables you to achieve some form of an ambition. And as I said, whether that is very small or very big, horses represent power, personal empowerment. A seahorse is tiny. So this could seem like a tiny thing to some people, but for you it's huge. And it's actually the little things that matter. It might be something really quite important, like a little detail that's been a little thing that has always been there. But one thing then leads to another. This is about empowerment across the board in little ways, but also in bigger ways as well. Pile 2, this is your reading. Beautiful souls, I'm so honoured to be reading for you. And it really feels like it's about time. It's about time. The planets lined up and the universe, you could get up in the morning and instead of thinking, come on, universe, what next? You can get up in the morning and think, thank you, universe. This is amazing. Thank you so much. It's like this shift, this turning point. Pile 2, tons of love. Don't forget to subscribe, press the little bell icon if you want to make sure you never miss a reading. Do please give me the thumbs up if this is resonating with you. And I look forward to seeing you for some other readings really soon. Tons of love. Pile 3, welcome to your reading. You have Wish Upon a Star and this bath with the shower on. I'm not quite sure, actually, what that bath and that shower are, but this feels like there is something very special that you are wishing for, that you're dreaming for. I wonder if it will come into flow. I don't know. Or is something being cleansed to make the space for this to arrive? Let's find out how the planets are supporting you. How are they aligning in your favour at this moment in time? May we kindly ask. I am seeing these two. You have Metal Bird, Treat Yourself Like Royalty, and Water Monkey, Conquer Your Fear. We've got water coming through here in that shower. Conquer your fear. Okay, let me move those along and let's draw some more cards for you before we dive in. Yeah, are you playing tricks on yourself? We have Dandelion, the Wounded Healer. Ooh, that's way too many. Okay. Well, your cards are certainly sliding out and wanting to be seen. I am seeing this one. Yeah, and this one too. You have South Node, the past. And third house, communication. Okay. Gosh, I almost want to say get out of the way, get out of your own way. I think the planets are aligning to help a wish come true. I think that the planets are favourable for you at this moment in time. But I think there's something in you that is historical. And, you know, let's face it, we all have these things. This is not in any way a statement of a challenge or difficulty. In many ways, it's probably where your humbleness comes from, my beautiful pile 3s. But I think you contain a degree of self-doubt around something, about the possibility of a wish coming true. Even though I think logically, you know that you want it, you know that you deserve it, you know that you've done the work. And yet, I think it would be one of those scenarios where you feel completely primed and ready for this. But the moment it appears, let's say you get that communication, someone reaches out to you, it's almost as though the fears are on autopilot and they kick in and maybe say, well, this won't work, or that might go wrong, or that there's something here that gets triggered and activated when the possibility of this dream enters your world. And it may be a repeating pattern. It may be something that you've experienced before. I think the planets are aligning to cleanse that repeating pattern. And they're probably going to do it through the arrival of the thing that you desire. Because the best way to work through something is to be in the real situation. We can work through all kinds of layers of things. But it's when they show up again that it's like the real test of time, and I feel that you are going to receive something that you desire, and it is a wish. I think you've wanted it before. You may even have had a go before. Maybe it didn't work out. But you have developed resilience. But this is not just about having the thing. It's also removing the thing, cleansing the thing, healing the thing that is in the way of you getting the thing. I don't know if that makes any sense. I hope that does make some sense to you, my beautiful bile threes. Okay, let me just in my language, dear oh dear. Right, okay. Let's just, I'm seeing this. We've got lots of cards showing up. This one, and also this one. And I'm seeing that too. Wow, they felt very free-flowing coming out of the deck there. Let's see what you have. You have the Six of Pentacles. This is lovely. This is mutual giving and receiving. You have the Five of Wands. You've got the Two of Cups. You've got the Eight of Cups. You've got the Nine of Swords. You've got the Judgment card. You've got the Ace of Pentacles. Okay. You've got two aces. Wow. Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, and finally you have the Five of Cups. I think you are in a habit of tying yourself in knots around having the thing that you really want. For many of you, I will say this could actually be a relationship reading. It could be connected to love. It could be connected to the real belief that you can have an equal, mutually giving relationship. Mutually giving and receiving relationship. Let me reword that. This is about walking away from that conflict within yourself, where you do battle with yourself, where you tie yourselves in knots. This is about untying those knots, unraveling those knots, conquering your fears, growing again, but afresh and new. I'm even noticing in the dandelion. Look at the beautiful dandelion seed head. I'm sure many of you will have done this, but for me in my childhood, we used to pick the dandelion seed heads and we used to blow them. And each time we blew them, we would make a wish. So if it took 10 blows, as you blow them and all the seeds have then dispersed, you got 10 wishes. Or if you did one big blow and you get one big wish. But this is like sowing seeds that can seed themselves. These are wishes that can seed themselves. Now we do have a communication of some sort coming in here. I think the energy, as I think I've already said, I think the energy of the planets is aligning to basically bring you healing from something where maybe some of you literally judge yourself. You give yourself a hard time. And this is a shift. It's a shift. Maybe you've got like an inner critic. I mean, some people don't just have an inner critic. Honestly, some people have like an inner bully where they just give themselves such a hard time. This is the removal of that. Let's bring this card down here. This is removing that internal conflict, those internal messages that have become rooted in you in the past. And that's the real blessing here of the planetary alignments, because they're bringing healing, they're cleansing you, whilst also bringing the opportunity for that wish to arrive. So this is, I feel like it arrives in a communication. So this could be a communication, it could be a message or a letter, something you get, or like if, for example, this is about dating and love for you, we do have the Two of Cups, we do have the Ace of Cups. We've also got the Ace of Pentacles, so it could be a business thing, or an offer of something, whatever it would be. It could be even something to do with your health, or your your material circumstances, your home, your family even. But whatever it is, I feel like a communication arrives. So as an example of the energy, if you were on a dating site, this would be like getting a message from somebody. A communication arrives and they say, hey, I've read your profile, I think you are just amazing, or whatever. And then you start to talk to them, you think they're amazing too. And then suddenly all your insecurities kick in, all your fears from the past. This will go wrong. Is this person genuine? Da 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 da. And all those things, you start to tangle yourself up. This is an opportunity to change that. The planets are aligned to bring you something that changes those historical perspectives and those autopilot responses. And that's what I feel we're being shown here. Let's get a bit more information, shall we, around the communication? How might this arrive? Because you can leave this challenge behind. How might this arrive? What's the communication about? You've got the Seven of Swords. I think something will get the ball rolling. You have, okay, you've got the Seven of Swords and the Eight of Swords, followed by the Queen of Wands. I think you're going to have to take action. I think you're going to have to maybe own how you feel, bite the bullet, acknowledge your fears, your deeper inner fears, because we can't conquer any fears if we don't acknowledge them. Yeah, I think when a communication comes in, the ball gets rolling and I think you're faced with your fears, but I think you can overcome them with the Queen of Wands. She is the Queen of transformation. Can we get more guidance and advice? We have the Five of Swords and the King of Swords. Wow, this is such a clear mental energy, a clear mental attitude. I wonder if with the King of Swords, this is one of those scenarios where you can really like take charge. It's like you consciously take charge of your own thinking patterns. Literally observe and notice your own autopilot responses. Notice where you tangle yourself up. Notice the trigger points. Notice which things press your buttons. Notice where you are fearful. And make a very conscious choice to actively overcome something. That's what I feel is going to happen here. Look at this, you've got the Tower. Yes, with the Mars energy. I know some people dislike the Tower, but depending on where it's placed in a reading, it can be really bringing about that radical change that you so desperately desire. It's like, I always think with, so I'm just going to put my therapy hat on for a minute. For those of you that are new to my channel, I was a accredited counsellor, psychotherapist for a long time, many years. And sometimes the very things that we put in place to protect ourselves because we needed them become the very things that stop us from being able to have what we want. It's a bit like if you've learned to be monumentally resilient, self-contained, really independent. You can treat yourself like royalty, but you can never let anyone else treat you like royalty because that would be too risky. And yet deep down you long for it. You long for somebody to come in and support you, to talk to support you, to love you equally. But you needed to protect yourself, so you developed those amazing skills. But those skills then block you from welcoming in somebody who can offer all of that to you and would want to offer all of that to you. So we don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. When we identify these things, we don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater because you've got amazing life skills. If those were your life skills, then that's incredible. You're amazing. You don't throw those capabilities out. Yeah, the baby, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Look at this young child. And we've got the bath. Yeah, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. That's what that combination is talking about. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. You keep the skills that you've developed, but you become in charge of them. You only use that sort of protectiveness when it's needed. The rest of the time, you lower those boundaries when you are around people who you love so you can develop trust. So you can be, it's like when you know your own power. It's a bit like if you have been, if you've experienced some form of situation that triggered fear in you. Well, it's kind of a bit like having emotional kind of PTSD. It's some aspect of post-traumatic stress responses where your body is activated very, very quickly. So if you're in a difficult or dangerous situation, your activation is going to be very fast. Like a warrior, you're going to be there because you learn to defend yourself. The key here is when you become aware of it, if you leap into an autopilot defense, then you notice it. And then you think about, with great discernment and great awareness, is it appropriate for me to be prickly about this or not? So you don't lose your skills, but you learn to use them where and when they are needed rather than across the board in a way that limits your perspectives or your opportunities. That's a better word. This is groundbreaking for you because I think something that you genuinely desire is coming in. And as I said, for many of you, this could be around your relationships with people, and that could be to do with love or friendships or anything. But I think that most of us, the area we are most hurt is in relationships, and the area we are most offended in is relationships. It's also often the area that we long for the most, having healthy friendships, healthy, connections, healthy intimacy, all those things. And indeed our own healthy relationship with ourselves. But however we look at it, it's in relationship that we often get hurt the most. It's also in relationship that we heal the most, when we have the opposite experience that teaches us that actually, even if we had grown up believing that no one could be trusted, we develop our ability to realize that there are some people who can't be trusted, but there are lots that can. And we can choose who we keep in our lives with great discernment. We can keep only those in our lives that we recognize can be trusted, those that have earned our trust. So we move from a place where it feels like it's all or nothing to a place where we are cleansed of the autopilot responses, but we keep the life skills that we gained from that. And that is what the planets are aligning to support you in. That includes the opportunity for that antidote connection, as it were, or connections that come in and show you in real terms that actually some people can be trusted, if we use that just as an example of the energy. I hope this is making sense, my beautiful souls. I'm so sorry that, because I do think you've had a past whereby, could even go back to past lives, whereby you have experienced things that caused you to need to be quite protected or caused you not to feel okay. However, the planets are now aligning to create a personal resolution for you through the actual reality of having the thing you want and recognizing something within you that might previously have blocked you and the ability to remove that, but not in a way that you lose anything of the skills that you developed alongside your own evolutionary progress along your path to look after yourself because of what happened previously. I hope this is making sense. Pile 3, I am sending you the hugest and biggest hug ever. I think you are amazing. The energy, this reading is amazing. It just is. Beautiful souls, this is phenomenal. I am sending you so much love, and I look forward to seeing you for some other readings really soon. If this is resonating, do give me the thumbs up. Do let people know about the channel. That would really help. And don't forget to subscribe and press the little bell icon if you want to make sure you never, ever, ever miss a reading as soon as I post it. Tons and tons of love.